Mm. Well, here we are at Sunday, October 16th, 2022. Mm. Larissa. I'm waiting for my tea, which I really, really need because. So we went to dinner last night, because for the past 3 days I cooked for a bunch of people. And I eat seafood, and my body accepts that. It does not accept poultry, beef, or pork, right? Makes me feel sick, gives me a headache, makes my joints hurt more. So I ordered this fish dish, and it was like a soup, and it came, and it tasted like chicken broth. I asked. It was good. I wasn't saying it wasn't good, but it tasted like chicken broth. And it came back. I said, no, it's not. I'm pretty sure it was chicken broth, because before we even left the restaurant, I had a headache. Oh, and I started to get real stiff. I got home, and I thought I was going to puke. Well, I really, really don't like puking. So something that I have learned to do over the years is push it out the other way. When that happens, I have that ability to push it out the other end, because I really don't like throwing up. So I did. I didn't. And on top of it, it's been really, really moist here. We had rain yesterday because, we're in the microclimate, it's a marine layer, and, some places just get fog or mist or whatever, but we had proper rain, and it looks like we had some out there again, probably early morning, probably about when I woke up wanting to scream, right, because I hurt so bad. So, we'll go back to the restaurant one more time, because I asked, and so I told them, I said, he'll eat it, because I was like, I'll just take it home, and I'll eat it tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I would have ordered something else. We would have paid for it, because I didn't ask when I ordered it, right? I wasn't angry in any way, shape, or form, you know? I was a little angry. I was a little irritated later, because I'm pretty sure it had chicken in it. Don't lie about something like that. Oh. I'm thinking about what I have in the fridge down there and in the freezer and what I can cook, because there's not enough room in the fridge to actually go grocery shopping yet, but I have bits and pieces of stuff, right? Because when I did shopping last time, I was shopping for making lunches for, guys were here working on the property. What do I have down there? I have half a head of cauliflower. I have 2 heads of romaine lettuce. I have 1 package of arugula. I have 4 onions. I have 2 medium-sized Yukon Gold potatoes. I have 4 small red peppers. I have 3 small hot peppers. I have carrots. I have 3 Roma tomatoes. I have 1 small thing of cherry tomatoes. I should be able to make some stuff. I have some frozen tilapia. I have tofu. I have 2 Beyond Burgers. Plus, Omar has his sausages. So I should be able to go 2 or 3 more days. I have pasta down there, and I have some cheeses. I need to make some bread, make some flatbread barbecue tonight. What do we have left over? I still have some beans and rice from the other day. Although those probably need to go out and be chicken snacks at this point. Because they've been in there a couple days now. What else do I have? Anything else left over? I have there's one bowl of pumpkin soup left. Yeah, so I should be able to go a couple more days before I have to go shopping. Right? I think so. Barbecue tonight. When are we going to barbecue? Or maybe I'll make biscottis. Chop up that arugula. Right? And make an Alfredo. I got some canned clams in there. I could do a clam Alfredo. I could. That'd be good. Or we could have Caesar salad. Caesar salad. And biscottis of some sort. Could make a red sauce. I could make a red sauce. We could do red sauce on the grill. Could do red sauce on the grill. But what I have now, I have 2 boxes of spaghetti. I have a box of mini penne, and I have a box of farfalle, bow ties. I could do a cold pasta salad, although I don't have the right cheese for that. I don't know. Use the mini penne and make a little vinaigrette salad, right? I don't have to put cheese in it. I don't have to. I just like cheese in it. I chop up the red pepper, and I have olives, red pepper and olives and onion, and flat leaf parsley, with the arugula. I could do the arugula. Now I think I'll make a red sauce on the barbecue. Red sauce on the barbecue. Red sauce on the barbecue with the bow ties, maybe. No, bow ties are good with like olive oil and butter. I could do like an aioli. Do I have any anchovies in there? I don't have any anchovies. We have to do clams. Clams. Do we do an aioli? Do something like olive oil, garlic, those hot red peppers, and the clams. I could put that on the bow ties. That might be good. Could do that on the barbecue. All I know is I really, really hurt, and I was hoping to get some cardio in today. We will see. I don't know. See, the thing is, like, I go down and do yoga, but the kind of pain I'm having right now from having ingested animal product, the yoga is not going to relieve. I have to wait until my body passes it all, right? And the inflammation goes down. So maybe I'll just make an inflammation issue. I still have tons of ginger down there. I have the ginger in the freezer, the fresh ginger. Maybe I'll make a ginger soup. I could do a ginger soup. I could. The ginger does help. It does. Let's see if I sit up. Hold on. Anyway, so yesterday, finished reading the main part of Constellation of Philosophy, right? Now, it's just the contemporary commentary. Oh, gosh. Look at this crazy hair I have. The contemporary criticism I don't know. I think I remember that the contemporary criticism was all just really, really kind of like, I don't remember thinking it was like pompous and convoluted. I don't know. Maybe not all of it. Because there's like 5 or 6 articles, right? Read those. Maybe 1 or 2 and see how they go. Yeah. Next book to read. Should I read another, like, intellectual essay kind of thing? Or fiction? See, Constellation of Philosophy, it's an interesting piece because it's a fiction, right? Like this was this man's delusion, his talking to his imaginary friend, right? His intellectual imaginary friend. Right? Because Lady Philosophy and Lady Fortune were archetypes at the time. Think about the muses, right? So she's his muse or his genius, right? It's where the term genius comes from, the genie, the spirit that comes and and gives inspiration to the vessel. It's different thoughts about things, and um, this was a belief that was used by fine artists as well, right? To have the genius come. Has your genius come? Has your genius shown? What does that mean? It meant that it was something outside of the maker themselves that came and inhabited the maker. It was another presence, right? Some say, oh my gosh, that sounds scary. So nowadays we say, oh, you're a genius. No, you have a genius, right? It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Oh my God. Oh gosh. Oh. I was looking at articles this morning that Google wanted to show me. Oh, poor Dodgers. That sucks. That sucks. Sorry. It's a bummer. I know the feeling. I know the feeling of like being like this close to having what you want. No, never get to have it. I know how that feels. That sucks. Hugs and kisses all around. Even though you're playing for LA. That's your problem. LA. Ugh. Like I have no problem with the Lakers themselves, the individual players. I hate LA. Hate LA. LA is like hell. It's evil. I've been down there. Yeah. That's the problem. You're playing for LA. Ugh. Who wants to play for LA? Ugh. No, I wanted to come home after dinner last night and play some darts, but I had to like lay on my side so I wouldn't vomit. You know that trick when you lay on your side? 'Cause your stomach's shaped like a bag, right? And if you can keep everything to the side away from the tube that goes back up your throat, you can keep yourself from throwing this. Yes, that's what I do. I lay on my side so that everything is down on the other side of the stomach, and that's where the end, the sphincter that goes into the intestine, right? I lay there, I give myself Reiki, I do a breath exercise that pushes, 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 and it gets out of the stomach and moves down through the intestine. It took me about an hour and a half. Now there have been times when I've just let myself throw up because like something was like a poison, but chicken's not a poison. It just my body doesn't digest it well, particularly the fat. And I really, really kind of resent when people try to like, oh, it's just this, it's just that. There's not really chicken in it. It's just the broth. It's like, yeah, dumbasses. Like as soon as they set the soup down, I kind of saw on the top it was kind of schmaltzy. I'm like, never seen that kind of fat off of fish. And it had the color on it, like the way chicken fat does. I've, mm-hmm. So maybe that's why the Dodgers don't win. Because somebody fed me chicken. I'm joking. I'm joking. I wasn't even really following MLB this year. I mean, I sometimes, I frequently will follow to see who's winning, watch numbers and stuff, but I wasn't really watching baseball this year. No, over the summer I took a sports hiatus. All sports. Didn't want anything to do with it. I don't know why I torture myself with sports. I really, really, really don't like the culture of professional sports. I don't. I think it is doesn't matter which sport you're talking about. The human beings that are involved are treated like animals, and that really is distasteful to me. It makes it hard. And it's not the game itself, any of the games themselves, right? It's the business around it. And it really bothers me. Stats are one thing. They're talking about how, what your numbers are at reaching your goal, whether it's your hits, your runs, or, your baskets, or, your assists, or whatever. That's one thing. But when they start, I think it's really awful to have how tall somebody is, how much somebody weighs, what size this, that, or the other thing they have. I mean, that is so. And they got a camera. We gotta look in their mouth and look at their teeth too. They got tattoos on the bottom of the lips, like horses. We're gonna brand their asses. Oh, they are branded. Look at all them shoes. Look at all them Chinese shoes. Oh, it's all really dehumanizing, and I have trouble reconciling that with my distaste for slavery. It's like stem cells, right? There's two different types of stem cells. There are fetal stem cells, and there's cord blood stem cells. Those are the two places you can get stem cells. Fetal stem cells. Either way, stem cells. It's human, it's DNA, right? It's human material. And somebody's making money on it. Somebody's making money on somebody else's body, literally. Right? Literally making money on somebody else's body. Really distasteful. Whose stem cells were used in the research and development of all those vaccines? They should be the richest people, right? All those vaccines. But no. Companies and doctors like Anthony Fauci made money on that. Big slave owners, huh? Big slave owners. It's like a double dose of slavery, right? Because in order to work and have livelihood, they make you take it, right? And then they make money off of it. I don't know how people look at themselves in the mirror. Fauci is really gross. He's really, really gross. Oh, and then watching everything about Ukraine, there's so many conflicting messages. So many back and forth conflicting messages. Oh. There's a lot of dead people. I think Everybody can agree on that, huh? A lot of dead people. I think they should blow up that whole big fucking bridge. The Crimean Bridge. They should blow that whole damn thing up. That's the only thing that connects Crimea to mainland Russia. Is that fucking bridge, and it's not even, it's man-made kind of thing. It's not natural. Ah. What else in the news? Oh, of course, there's Iran. What else in the news? Oh, they arrested some serial killer, or some suspected serial killer out Stockton. Said they caught him while he was hunting. Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ba 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 ba. Better run, 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 run away. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ay, 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 ay. Oh my god. Meanwhile, there's Putin. Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Oh, qu'est-ce que c'est, Rudy Goubert? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Frappete! Oh my god. So, we'll see. We'll see what this Sunday holds. We'll see. I really don't feel like cooking. I don't. But I'm gonna have to. Right? I guess I don't have to do anything. I don't have to. Just what we want to eat. I could eat those beans and rice now. Those beans and rice need to go. They do. They've been in there long enough. Working on this rug. And it's one of my recycled rugs. And it's about halfway done. Well, it's more than halfway done because I've, it's like 4/5 done. So all I'm doing is finishing tying it off because it took me a long time to make the yarn to make the rug, right? Well, instead of tying off with cotton macrame yarns, which is what I used for the other two rugs that I made, I'm using sisal. Because the macrame yarns, when I washed the rugs, some of them were slippy and the knots came out and I had to retie them, right? So this time I'm using sisal. Well, the sisal's cutting up my hands. I got Band-Aid here, and I could have a Band-Aid here, and I could have a Band-Aid here, and on my other hand too, but I can't. So I need some like neoprene gloves, some flexible, slightly thick neoprene gloves to tie that off, or some real stretchy kid skin gloves. Taking Sassy to the new vet. I'm a little my sensors are up because there's been weird phone stuff, right? And when I made the appointment, there were arrangements made, right? That they're like, well, where are her other records? And I told them, and they called to confirm. And they're like, where are her records? And I'm like, I told you that. Oh, it's not in our notes. Well, there's a lot of bullshit I've had places about people keeping notes, right? So what are these notes? How to harass Larissa, how to be shitty. I'm a little The vet where she's been going, he creeps me out. I don't like him. He and with Brody. So Brody is on thyroid medication, and he had gotten kind of big, and I think somebody gave him something to damage his thyroid. That's what I think happened. I think somebody in the neighborhood here gave my dog something and damaged his thyroid. And he almost died. We got him to the vet, and then all McConnell could talk about, oh, he's so fat, you're feeding him too much, blah, 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 blah. Well, I take him in after he was on the thyroid, like, I'm like, there's something wrong, can you check? And then he's like, oh, he's got a thyroid problem. Well, put him on thyroid medication, and he dropped all this weight, and he's like, oh, you're doing so good with the diet. And I'm just like, fuck you. And this man, he's like, he is obsessed. He is obsessed with fat, and he's this creepy old man, and he's got all these young girls, teeny skinny, tiny, like pubescent looking, and young girls, and there's a couple older women too, but they're also like super skinny. And then the last time I had Brody actually in the office there, he needed to get up onto the counter, and he didn't want to pick him up. He's like, well, I can't, are you going to get him up there on the counter? I said, you're the doctor. That's why I pay you. I mean, he's a piece of work. He's a piece of work. Right. And I told him, I said, you have a real problem. I said, I don't know what you're fat phobic. So you've got a real problem. And he was like, you creepy, lecherous old man. That's why we're not going there anymore. That's why we're not going there anymore. So we'll see. I'm skeptical of this new vet now. We'll see how that goes. Perfect. Really? Is it perfect? Is it perfect? Plus, this place is supposed to be, nearby here, and the number came up Watsonville. I don't trust anybody or anything from Watsonville. Not a goddamn thing. I don't trust Watsonville at all. Anyway. I don't know what he's doing down there, because I cleaned up in the kitchen, and I do that so that he can get the tea up here so that I can get out of the fucking bed and move around. So it's like, I don't want to complain because, he's bringing me a cup of tea, but it's not like it's just he's bringing me a cup of tea. He's bringing me my medicine, right? I don't know what the fuck he's doing down there. Like, there's no reason why I can't put the water on and bring up the cup of tea so that I can get up too. I think I'll say something today. I think I will. Because he knows I'm waiting on that to move around freely. And I don't understand why people try to feed me meat. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's rude. It's shitty. It's just shitty.